When I think of Boerne, I think of a community that blends our historic charm with modern elegance, where we got a deep heritage that's rooted in historic promise.
It's about the culture of Boerne and what it is, and focusing on that, being strategic.
The people here really make Boerne a unique place, and they make it a good, wholesome place to live in.
It's a hill country community with standards, high standards at that.
When you look around our scenic environment, you see the hills, you see trees, oak trees all over the place. We have a strong connection to those trees. We liken our city organization, our community, to our family tree, where we are strongly rooted in our past, our historical heritage. We are thriving in the current moment with the opportunities we have, but we're really excited about the future and what tomorrow brings. When we are talking about the services we want to provide, again, our mission and focus is to be an exemplary hill country community. We want to set the standard. We want to be the model of what excellence looks like. Now, we get to define that to a degree with the input of our residents. And so we talk about how are we going to be intentional to meet those standards that our community wants, our residents, our businesses, our small businesses that want to thrive, the visitors that come to expect a certain experience when they come visit Boerne. We're going to be very intentional in meeting those expectations, and so we do that through thoughtful planning. We strive to understand what our customers are seeking. We do that through public meetings. We do that through workshops, citizen resident design charrettes, survey, data gathering. All of that helps drive the intentionality behind how we provide the services day in and day out.
It's the most important thing that we do as a city is we are very strategic and intentional in what we do now and moving forward. And the 10-year rolling master plan is just that, right? It can be adaptive. It's a living document that we can change as the community changes.
When we chose to move to Boerne, it was all about the schools and about the outdoors and just that Hallmark feeling. It's a Hallmark movie. Nothing's better than to know that you can stroll down Main Street and there's amazing boutiques and a really strong business community that is thriving all around. I would say a good key word is it's a thriving community with good people. I think of the strong support system of our community, the investment in the citizens of a town that they love. I think of the amazing recreation opportunities that we have and the beautiful nature outdoors. It's really wonderful.
One of the things that the city has been very proactive about is preserving the quality of life here in Boerne. Quality of life isn't just defined by, restaurants or speed of commute. It's actually defined by the natural context that the community is in. It was founded along Cibolo Creek, which is a place where a lot of people recreate. At the duck pond in downtown, where you see people fishing and strolling along the shores. If you want to have a high quality of life, you have to protect the natural assets of the region. Our natural resources are limited. We are in a priority groundwater management area, meaning that our water supply is less abundant than you'd find elsewhere in Texas. The city has been very good about proactively leaning into the conservation of that water supply, both through smart policy, but also through some other planning efforts that it's undertaken.
Boerne and Kendall County have embarked on a behavioral health coalition, an advisory coalition, and that coalition is really looking at how we can create better ways for education, access, and collaboration for behavioral health. And so we're trying to bring those resources here, homegrown, so that our residents can receive the help that they need here in Boerne and Kendall County.
The city is always thinking ahead of the curve. We understood the need for high-speed fiber internet a decade ago. We worked with local partners to figure out a way to do that. So even before the pandemic hit, our community was really well connected for a semi-rural community. In terms of our water system, we were innovative in bringing together a reclaimed, recycled water system that helps us be at the top notch as far as water conservation communities.
Our stormwater in Boerne becomes the drinking water for both our region as well as San Antonio. The city of Boerne realized when you're upstream from the recharge zone, it's important to slow and filter that water so that you sink it into the recharge zone clean and gradually so that you maximize that recharge. Boerne has been proactive in this effort, and it's honestly almost miraculous to see that in Texas, where a lot of people aren't thinking as holistically as the city is.
That standard of excellence has always been ingrained in this community. It was very easy for us to adopt that as a core value in the city, and we're continually pushing that forward every day in new ways.
The overall success of Boerne and the community really starts at the top with the city. Our leadership, our staff, our parks and rec, they're all truly servant heart leaders, and they care about the community that they live in. It's a community where you can live, work, worship, volunteer, and attend school. and it's an exciting place to be a part of.
We listen to the people in our community and say, what do we need? Whether it's more parks, whether it's more rec areas, whether it's more economic development, more growth. It's important that we hear their voices and they know that their voices are being heard. Being intentional with listening to what the community needs and then moving our master plan in that direction, I think is key to the success of our community.
Boerne is an exemplary hill country community. We are citizen oriented. We are focused on deliberately and strategically offering services and building a community that our residents desire. I believe in Boerne for our resilient and engaged community and for our strategic visioning of the future. Our dedication to honoring our past while innovating for tomorrow will ensure that Boerne remains a high quality of life where people can reside here and thrive for tomorrow.